Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tamika and today I want to share some shifter romance recommendations with you. Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around someone? I don't know if y'all know this or not, but one of my absolute favorite genres of romance is paranormal. Paranormal romance just hits the spot for me. It is kind of where I got my footing with romance because when I was younger, that is what I started with reading. I started reading within the paranormal YA kind of romance section and branching a little bit into adult, but mostly staying within paranormal within the YA spectrum. So my roots go really, really deep with paranormal. I love it. It is one of my favorite genres. One creature I never thought I would really enjoy was shifters, and I had a lot of preconceived notions around what a shifter romance was. So once I started actually reading them, I actually really love them. So here are some shifter romances you may or may not have heard of, and I want you to read them. I will preface this by saying that 99% of the time I like shifter romances that are absolutely ridiculous, and like they're not the best like books, but they're highly entertaining. We all know that I have the brand of I read bad books and it's okay because I love them, but like on a serious note, like the shifter books I like, they're not all good. Like, they're not all good books. They could be, some of them are, but a lot of the time what I love in a shifter book is the most absolute ridiculous nonsense that you can think of. So let's talk about the first recommendation, which is Totally Spooked, which is literally a romance about a fruit bat. Not only is this about a fruit bat, this is about shifters doing speed dating to find their fated mates. I'll let that sink in for you. I'll let you get your own idea of what's happening there. Yes, it's as ridiculous as I said it is. Yes, I love it. Yes, I forced Isabel to read it. I love this series. It's fantastic. It is ridiculous. Like, it is the most ridiculous set of books. It is shifters, but like the most weird concepts you can think of. And I really liked that about it. I like that we don't take ourselves seriously. I like that the shifter book is literally about a fruit bat. I love that. I love that it doesn't take itself seriously. And I love that I don't have to take it seriously. I get to spend 100 pages in this world with a fucking shifter bat and nobody's gonna question it. It is just a fun time. That's all we're here for. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And this is an example of I read stupid books and I love them and I want you to read them too. Another one that is a little dumb, not gonna lie. The author, I don't know what she's doing with some of these words that she uses, like some of these phrases. She just describes the sex scenes in a very awkward way, but that's okay, because this is called Sailing with Her Wolf. And this is a Sapphic wolf shifter romance. We're literally on water. Like, we're literally on water. We're on the freaking ocean. So our heroines, one of them knows that she's the other one's fated mate, but she refuses to tell her, and the other one doesn't understand that she's bisexual. And they go off onto the water to do something. I don't remember what they go to do, but they get on a boat and they get stranded. They have limited food, limited supplies, limited water, just in the middle of freaking nowhere. And she ends up making a move on her. I told you, the books they're not great, but they're entertaining. This one, again, not great. Very entertaining though. I give it 4 stars. I had a fun time. I didn't think it was like the worst thing in the whole world, but take that with a grain of salt because I am the weirdo of the group here. But this was just ridiculous. Ridiculous in every way you could possibly think. And some of the sayings are cringy, like some of the writing's cringy, but it's fun. It's really fun. And I really recommend you read it. Steering away from like the really bad books, let's talk about the Dragon Shifter's Duty. There's one thing that you can tell me when it comes to a shifter romance that it's a buzzword. I'm gonna read it every time, and I don't know why this is the buzzword. Dragons. Why do I love dragons? I don't know. I love dragons. It does not make any sense because I don't love fantasy. I like portal fantasy. I like urban fantasy. I don't like fantasy with dragons. So like, it doesn't make any sense to me why I'm like just in love with dragon shifters. I don't understand. It's some of my favorite shifters to read. This is a prime example. It's a buzzword. So with this one, he is called back to her as a protector, and he's trying to protect this innocent girl because she is being hunted. And he figures out slowly that this is actually the girl that he saved in this fire. And it's starting to click for him because he's like, well, she can't be my mate, and he's like really in denial about it. He is very alpha, very protective, very touch her and you die. It is just everything you would want in a possessive alpha is in this book. Another one that is just ridiculous and I had the funnest time ever. This is a historical and you are going to be like, what? A historical? You've not read historical in like ages. I know I haven't, but this one's called The Highland Shifter. Literally Highland, a Highlander. I'm in. That's one of my buzzwords for historicals is a Highlander. I love Scotland. I love the Scottish accent and the audiobooks. I just love like the Highlander romances. This one is a time travel book where we have modern world and historical time. So we have a girl from modern time traveling back to historical times, and vice versa. They go from the historical time to the present day time, and they're shifters. So there's like an extra element there. And she gets sent back in time, and then she's stuck there and they can't figure out why, and then they figure out why and they go back and forward in time, and like there's someone after them trying to destroy them and hurt them. So that's kind of the story. There's like a little subplot there, but then there's also the fact that it's a shifter and a time travel element. It's very interesting. I highly enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious and like just the funnest time ever, and I do not regret reading it. And the last book that I want to talk about is A Ruin of Roses, which I don't shut up about this, so I'm surprised you all haven't been like, Tamika, Jesus Christ, you're just gonna have to calm the fuck down on this one, because I literally talk about this book all the time. This is a series. I've read the first 3, the 4th one just came out. This is a shifter romance. I could sit here and tell you a million times what this is about, but let me give you some buzzwords. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. It's shifters. There is a demon king who puts a spell on this whole world and everyone within it. No one is really able to access their animals. They're not able to shift and they're not able to feel their animals within them, except for the prince and our heroine. You can kind of guess where this is going, but it's fantastic. Our heroine is such a badass. I adore her so much. She is just so strong-willed and just, honestly, she just kicks ass. She just kicks ass and she's fantastic. And I don't think that I will ever get tired of romances where the heroine is just so strong and honestly will put the hero in their place. So if you've not checked this out, if you've not even like heard me talk about it, I don't know where you've been, but go read this. This is one of my favorite shifters literally ever. We have a dragon shifter. We have other types of shifters. I can't tell you anything else. I literally cannot tell you anything other than there's a dragon shifter in here. My favorite buzzword, dragon shifter. What else do you need to know? Those are all of the books that I want to talk about that are shifter romances. If you have any recommendations, let me know down in the comments, especially if they're dragon shifters, because y'all know apparently that's my thing. If there's a possibility to put a dragon emoji down in the comments, please do that. Put a dragon, and if there's not a dragon, put like a lizard or something. Like almost the same thing, right? And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye everyone. Don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, this baby said that they don't got a future like